Agenda item 14, presentation and discussion of the public information participation plan for the Carefree Transportation Framework Study. Mr. Neese.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. I guess we have a transportation theme tonight. We have a car show, we have Sanderson Lincoln, and now we have the MAG framework study. Michael Sabatini is here tonight, and he's going to introduce the framework study. We spoke about this for almost a year now, and here we are beginning the process, and Mike's going to just touch upon where we are in that embryonic stage, if you will, and hopefully within the next 18 months we'll hammer out a plan. So, Michael.
Thank you, Gary. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, my name is Mike Sabatini. I'm with Michael Baker Jr. Incorporated. I'm honored to be here this evening and just thrilled to death to be working with you and Carefree putting together this master transportation plan. We've been underway for a couple of months now. We're in the data gathering stage, and as part of that, we're going to kick off the public involvement, stakeholder involvement aspect of the study. Wanted to give you this heads up because over the next several weeks and the months to come, there will be an extensive outreach to the public, and don't want you to be blindsided by that. Wanted you to be aware that that was coming up. Next week, in fact, next week Tuesday, we begin with 3 workshops. One for business interests, one for special event interests, and one for recreational interests. Those will be conducted Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening at the fire station here in Carefree. At the same time, we'll be beginning electronic surveys. These will go out, be available online through web pages and otherwise. And that will be available to any residents in Carefree, Cave Creek, and other people that recreate in the area or shop in the area. We will have surveys also at 3 special events coming up in the next few months. One at the Taste of Cave Creek, one at the Thunderbird Artists, and another one at the Carefree Christmas Festival. I have not been to that one yet. Look forward to coming for that in December. In addition to that, we'll have 3 public meetings throughout the course of the study. The first one will come up at the end of October, and there'll be other opportunities besides these for public input and for stakeholder input. Again, I just wanted to give you this heads up so that when we got underway next week, you wouldn't be surprised by it.
Questions, comments from the council?
Yeah, Gary. Now this is the initial study, the feasibility study. This is not the engineering that we approved last month?
No, this is that 20,000 foot elevation, so no, it's not the engineering study. This is the overall framework study.
This was approved about a year ago. Government moves slowly.
Don't you know that? Red tape.
Councilman Frank.
So for the get-togethers next week on September 17th, so there have been invitations sent out, or how do we publicize this?
Yes, there have been invitations sent out. Our public involvement specialist has worked with staff from both towns to identify appropriate participants in that. There'll be about 24 people participating in each of the focus groups, basically. And those are personal invitations, and we've gotten good response from that.
And how do we publicize the public meetings?
The public meeting, Mayor Schwan, the councilman, public meeting will be advertised in online newspapers. At the library, we'll send out notices via email to anybody that's on a mailing list that we're able to acquire from the towns or from the Chamber of Commerce, other groups like that. It will be a very extensive advertising, publicizing campaign for that.
One of the things I mentioned, Carefree is unique in that we do not have home mail delivery.
Yes.
And I believe we talked some time ago that one of the most effective ways to advertise the event is to put up posters at the post office. Because eventually everybody from Carefree who doesn't have home delivery has to go there to get their mail.
Thank you, Mayor, and I'll be sure that we do have those posters.
Councilmember Price, thank you.
So the September 17th meetings are strictly for the focus groups? You'd rather not have the public attend those?
That's correct.